Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. I'm Mr. Devious, or just Deeb, and in the last episode we got on board the Koopa Cruiser and obtained our first and only party member, Luigi. And right here you can see that I can jump with two players. There's a button assigned to Mario's jumps and a button assigned to Luigi's jumps. Okay, tutorial over. In this episode we are going to be exploring the Koopa Cruiser, so let's get right to it. So we come right here, and we see that there are some Koopas that are just hanging out in very snazzy matching outfits. Yeah, so you may not know this, but we Bowser baddies recently added a new member. Yep, he's in training until we land in the Beanbean Kingdom. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, because I don't think... Or maybe they're talking about Luigi? Ready? The A button controls the lead guy. The B button controls the guy in the back. Oh yeah! The A button controls the lead guy. The B button controls the guy in the back. So they're basically saying the tutorial stuff, and if I talk to these guys, yeah, they say pretty much the same thing. And they also repeat it. That's pretty funny. So, as they said, A and B aren't specifically assigned to Mario and Luigi, although I think they changed this in future games, but pressing start switches their order, and this will be important later in the game, but for right now it's pretty redundant. And these guys are talking about brothers blocks, which are those things above their heads, and they're basically a good way of making money, which they're doing right there, and why they have M&Ls on them doesn't make sense if they're not for us. Never mind. These are pretty common throughout the game, and they're pretty easy to use. I don't know if you get more for doing it faster, or if it has a set amount every time, but either way, they are a good source of income. So if we come up here, and we try to go up here... Hey there, you two. Yeah, you two mustache dudes. You're about to enter the Beanbean Kingdom, so you have your passports with you, right? And they don't appear to know what passports are. Because they're Italian. No. Well, looks like you've got a suitcase there. Tell you what, go ahead and press select to open your suitcase, okay? Oh, that's right, I forgot to look at the suitcase. Well, we'll do that after. So you do it as he says, and he shrinks down in size and explores your suitcase. Alright, so we got our passports right here, but we don't have any pictures, as he says. But hey, there aren't any photos. These won't get you into the Beanbean Kingdom. No sir, no way, no how. Oh, no. And panic, I guess, because there's actually some law enforcement in this world. Since the Great Bowser has called you to the deck, I'll let you two cut in line. Oh yeah. Lucky. Yes, Mario. Lucky. I have to say, the voice clips in this game are very memorable and very high in quality, and I really like them. So yeah, just stand on the footprints, and you know, that's not a bad idea. Like putting footprints in photo shoots on where you're supposed to stand. I'd go for it. So we talk to these guys. Get in line, cutters. Too bad. Is this zit noticeable? I didn't know that reptiles could get zits. I always look so awful in photographs. You and me both, buddy. So, now Mr. Greenstash, you step back. So Luigi gets out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Oops, I forgot to tell you. Listen, when you're getting your picture taken, stand still. Don't go pressing up, down, left, or right on the control pad to hold a pose. And away we go. And if we press different pictures, we're gonna completely ignore what he said and get funny pictures. Press start to move to the front of the line, then just stand on the mat. Got it? So yeah, these, if you remember in the first video, I kind of glanced at, oh, Mr. Twitchy. I didn't know that happens, but yeah, if you do that, you'll get funny pictures to represent your file. And, okay, Mario, you step back, nice and easy. Okay, I gotta find a good balance between when I talk, say the lines, and when I just skip them. I'll get there. Stare right into the camera. Don't press up, down, left, or right on the control pad to do goofy poses. Now, I thought this was an actual rule my first time playing this game. Like, I didn't even experiment, because I thought I'd get in trouble. But that was not the case. So we'll just make Luigi do an angry yelling pose, I guess. Great, I've taken passport photos for both of you. Aren't we all happy now? Happy all around. I guess so. Do you say anything else? With those, they'll let you into the Beanbean Kingdom. Alright, so we go in the shift. We got our photos right here, and these are very, very classy. Mario looks like he has a kind of fat face, so let's just take this time to look at the suitcase. We got our time up there. Shows we've only played for 23 minutes. 108 coins. If we go into our items, we got the 3 mushrooms and the items that we got in the main plaza. We can switch between our items, and here we have beans. Those will be relevant later. Key items. Equipment. This will be relevant later. And brother's info. I'll talk about the info whenever we get to the first battle, or the tutorial fights, because there are tutorial fights, if that wasn't obvious. So we got ourselves a mushroom, so let's make this game into Luigi and Mario and put him in the lead. Now, we want to talk to this guy down here, because that goes there, and this goes here. Working the hold isn't easy, and if you mess up, you have to start all over again. Oh, Mario, it's me, that lost guy. So Mario moves to the front. Hey, thanks for telling me which way to go back in the Mushroom Kingdom. I was kind of panicking. But thanks to you, I was the first one to board the Koopa Cruiser. Here, let me give you this. And we get a 1-up mushroom for helping the Koopa, and we totally stand on Luigi. It's nice to be nice. The Bowser baddies! It's nice to be nice. So we walk up here, and we go around some more barrels, and there's... Oops. Clumsy Luigi. And our actions don't go unnoticed. Watch it, you clumsy oafs. Don't break the Great Bowser's cargo. It's important stuff. And gibberish. The deck. The deck's just up ahead. But before you go there, I need to make sure you won't slow Lord Bowser down. So I'll teach you how to fight as a pair. And we're gonna say please do because it's free experience. Then go and have a look at that barrel over there. But remember, you're about to face the best of Bowser's most elite troops, so prepare yourselves. Oh geez, what could be in this barrel? Want to break the barrel? We're gonna have to face the best of Bowser's troops. It's a Goomba! Oh. Behold, the fact that the Koopa Troop stores Goombas in barrels. So he's gonna show us how to dodge, which we actually learned in the first battle by me saying it. Okay, important thing, in the overworld, A button is for Mario, B button's for Luigi, generally, and in battles, that sort of carries over with A button is for Mario's actions, and B buttons are for Luigi's actions. And then they tell... And now, like any tried-and-true Mario RPG, they freeze the action to tell you when to do the jumps. Next, attack Mr. Lean and Green. Press the B button now. So, yeah, as you can see... So basically what he's saying is you can not only dodge in this game, but counterattack the enemies, although there are some, like Bowser's Flames, that you can't counter. Alrighty then, practice up. What now? Oh, whoops, I almost forgot. You attack the same way as when there's only one of you, except Mr. Lean and Green uses the B button for his attack command. Press the B button when you want to jump on an enemy. Now you can practice up. And now we get the fight music again. I really like the fight music in this game. These guys are kind of, well, they're not tough. I mean, they're just Goombas. So there's really not much to say to them. Battles in this game are fairly short. Now, the dodging mechanic isn't that hard, but with new enemies, there's definitely a challenge. And if you press your button anytime too early before you hit the enemy, you'll automatically screw it up. Nothing to see, I guess. So we go around, and look, there's another barrel in our path, and we kind of don't have a choice, because Koopas are incompetent at placing barrels. So we fight more Goombas. We jump on them. Little thing about... Okay, this would be a good time to talk about the general stats of the Marios and the Luigis. The plural owls, which are not true. And I think, actually, with this fight, Mario is gonna level up. I'm not sure if Luigi levels up. He should. So, generally, Mario is better than Luigi in terms of his power and his speed. He's stronger and faster than Luigi. And every time you level up, you get a little bonus. I'll explain the stats in a minute, but first, I'm just going to sink some points into extra HP. Because why not? Oh, nice. Usually you only get one on one of those. And then after... oh. Come here, you! A Goomba outsmarting a Koopa. Oof. It's too quick. I can't catch it. And I have to get ready for Beanbean immigration. What the... oh, it's Mario and Mr. Greenie. Can you two help me out? I'll teach you something important about going into battle in the process. No charge. So we follow him up here. Now you can catch these guys. But first, you have to stomp them and start a battle. So, we basically do as we're told. We press an A button. And like any Mario RPG, save for the first one on the Super Nintendo, if you stomp on a monster as you enter a battle, like if you hit an enemy before the battle starts, you can get a first strike. Which I think is one of the best part about the Mario RPGs. Whereas in most RPGs, you can't do that. You touch an enemy and fight start, but this preemptive damage is really great. If you fail to stomp on a monster and it hits the dude in the back when you enter battle, then that guy can't move until his turn comes. Watch out! So basically what he was saying is, if you're on the overworld map, an enemy can't really get a first strike on you, but if it just touches whichever brother is in the back of the line, that brother will be stunned for one turn and they won't be able to dodge moves if they're targeted. And now Luigi levels up. Luigi's stats, he's slower and not as strong as Mario, but he does have extra HP and extra defense. And we're also going to put some points into his HP. I'm probably going to distribute the points pretty randomly as I see fit, buffing their specifically good stats. So, Luigi gets the Goomba. And what do they do with him? They put him in a barrel. Jeez. You know, I have to go up to the deck to meet Bowser, and these guys are just kind of holding me back with these minute chores. Thing about the battles is, once I get to the actual game part of the game, since this is mostly just tutorial, I will be cutting most repetitive battles. Like, I'll be showing off new enemies, but I'll be cutting out most of the battles just because, as fast as they are, I don't want them to get tedious. And there are a fair number of enemies strewn throughout the game, and I will be fighting pretty much any enemy I get the chance to because I want the experience. Now I'm all ready! Ready for what? Oh right, he's got to get ready for Beanbean immigration. So that was helpful of him, and now we can continue on our way. I guess I should talk about stats a little more before I go on up ahead. As I save our game, in this file right here, and actually before that, I like this nice little touch. If you save in a certain subsection of the game, they'll erase only the part, like, see, they'll modify only the part up to where you are. Like, they'll keep the original area that you're in, and I like that. So basically, in this game, you have your attack stat, which is how much damage you deal, defense, how much damage you take, and then I'm gonna go into here just to check this out. Speed is when you get to move in battle, and Stash is unique. Stash is sort of like Charisma in this game, and it also determines your luck. Charisma in that if you get a nice mustache point, you get discounts at stores. And yes, there are stores. What do you say? Hey, according to the book, that was a great book. You can save that your travels by hitting that album there. So that's kind of redundant to have two things to explain what a save album is, especially after there was already a Toad who did that. So we talked to this guy. Huh? What in the... Hey? Who did this? Who put cargo in this area? How are we supposed to get the deck with this in the way? You know, I don't know. It's probably the same person who put the Goomba barrels in the way too. Hitting the block there activates the Pinch Cane. Pinch Cane. Pinch Crane. I like to call him Mr. Pinch. Don't ask me why. Okay. In case it's not really obvious, you should be able to use that old Mr. Pinch to move that cargo. So, as he said, we're going to press this button to move the cargo. I guess this explains the exclamation mark blocks. The exclamation mark boxes and what they do. Oh no. Well. Uh-oh. Looks like the crane mistook you for cargo. That looks uncomfortable. Hey, since you're up there, why don't we use you as a lookout? And thus Luigi gets the shaft again. Not sure how Mario got up here. Your rancidness. We will soon pass over the border between the Mushroom and Beanbean Kingdoms.
Nice work. You can go back below decks. Now.
Well, that was mean. Now Luigi has a little freak out.
Eh? What's with all the hoopla?
Oh, Bowser, you are just sad in this game.
Roar! What now?
Oh, gasp.
Who would have thought you'd catch up to the great Cackletta in even 100 million years?
You're the fiend who stole Peach's voice. How dare you pull off such a cool evil plan?
Oh, I dare. And now I'm going straight back to the Beanbean Kingdom so my next plan can take root. I have no time to chat with the likes of you. Fawful, take care of this.
Gah, hold it!
I am the great Cackletta's most best pupil who is named Fawful. I am here laughing at you. If you are giving us the chase just to get your silly princess's voice, then you are idiots of foolishness. Princess Peach's sweet voice will soon be the bread that makes the sandwich of Cackletta's desires. And this battle shall be the delicious mustard on that bread, the mustard of your doom.
Bowser is a complete wimp as per usual. He is not effective in this game at all. How do you do that?
Next, it is the turn of you.
So this is our first boss, I guess, even though it has the normal fight music. This is Fawful, Cackletta's really annoying assistant. He was one of the most famous parts of this game, like one of the most acclaimed characters for this game. Now, when he says his thing, he's going to say Finkrat, and depending on the color of the text, that is who he is going to attack. You just jump on him, the battle's pretty silly. And then Bowser just totally breaks physics and warps across the world. And we're going to say no, because
have it your way.
like, he would have just told us about the text. And that really doesn't need a whole specific tutorial. Most enemies in this game, well, pretty much all enemies in this game have a tell for which brother they're going to attack. But the funny thing is, most of the time, if you jump with both brothers, you'll dodge the enemy attack. So when he says that, he'll attack both, alternating, and starting with the first, like, the color of the first brother. So you just keep jumping on his little headgear thing, which is kind of goofy looking. Fawful isn't really a challenging boss. I mean, he's like the first mini-boss, and he's like, oof! And it explodes, and then we get to fight him on the main deck.
Now is when I ram you.
So, yeah. He has about as much effectiveness as a Goomba in this fight. But he will be appearing periodically throughout the game. As I said, he was like one of the most acclaimed characters just for his dialogue and how goofy it was, the goofy syntax, and just his broken metaphors, and sometimes it can get to be a bit much, but I like him.
How could Finkrats like you beat an awful nasty as me? Headgear! I have fury!
So the battle becomes redundant.
Ah, now is when the talking stops. I do not have time to stop and smell foul roses such as you. One fell swoop is the way I will deal with you Finkrats.
And the sprites flicker, and he's damaging our recording. Oh god. I swear to god, this sprite flicker thing isn't going to be a regular thing. And, oh god, no. Oh.
General Starshade, a massive explosion has been sighted. Confirmation! I need confirmation! General Starshade, meteorites confirmed! Impact in Stardust fields. Initiate recon. Emergency! Emergency!
So we come to the border. So Mario and Luigi have their talk, and they pretty much, when they converse, they know what they're talking about, but you don't. So now the Koopa Cruiser has gone down, and if we go explore, we can find some scattered Koopas. And I guess they didn't finish paying it off yet. Where did you get a loan for that? Who gave you the loan?
Find Lord Bowser. Help us. But Bowser fell on the other side of the border.
So as I said, he fell on the other side of the border, which is actually this castle right here. But we're not going to go through just yet. We're going to go back, and we're going to save, and I think this will be a good stopping point for this episode, with our great new passports. And now with the Koopa Cruiser downed and Bowser lost, us on the border of the Beanbean Kingdom. Yeah. I think in the next episode we will start our adventure into Beanbean Kingdom proper, and maybe we'll find Bowser and help him. So, I hope to see you in the next one.